This is the VaporLUX steamer. Of course, you've got the steamer, which comes on and off of the cart. It just slides right off of there. There's nothing really holding it on other than gravity. Electrical cords in the back. You have this cart. On the cart, there's 2 extensions. So if you're doing a floor or something of that nature, you can stand up while working. Also comes with a bag with attachments and a green extension cord. In the bag of attachments, you have a funnel. So that whenever you go to fill it, you take your radiator cap off, use the funnel to fill it. You're going to use distilled water only. You have a triangular head. You have a rectangular brush. You have a squeegee. You also have a crevice tool. The crevice tool here is going to have various brushes. There's 3 small brushes in this bag and 1 large brush. And those are just going to screw right onto the end. The biggest trick with this machine in general is that you're not scrubbing, you're not just digging in with it. The whole purpose of that brush is to break the surface tension, so you're just making a scratch in whatever you're cleaning, and then the steam is doing the rest. So you scratch it and then wipe it up with like a microfiber towel or something of that nature. So you've got clamps on here, put your rag underneath there. Same thing, you're not scrubbing. You see how the brushes are not completely bent over and worn away. You're just breaking the surface tension with that towel, and then that towel is actually wiping it up as you go because the steam is doing the work. On the head here, I don't know if you can tell, let's get this guy here. On the head here, you can kind of see there's like a little D looking notch right there. On your wand, you can see that D notch inside there, and this rotates. Maybe, there you go. It rotates and it locks it in. So you'll put it in here so those D-ring, D notches line up. Give it a little push and then rotate, and now it's firmly in there. Same thing on the wands on the machine over there. Those wands are going to connect the exact same way. And let's go outside and I'll put some water in it and show you how it works. All right, so we're out here in the bay where I can test it for you. I'm just going to turn this cap off. If there's any pressure on the unit, it's just like a radiator cap in your vehicle. The back pressure of the tank won't allow you to take that off, so you got to have all the pressure out before you can do it. Just going to go in there like that. Again, we're taking distilled water, not tap water, because we don't want to have all the sediment and stuff build up from tap water. And we're just going to slowly pour it in. I'm not sure the exact capacity of the tank, but I think it's at least 1 gallon, so you can put a whole gallon in there. I've already got some water in here and I don't want to overfill and waste water, so I'm going to stop filling there. Take that out, put our radiator cap back on, and you're just finger tight only. It says so right on top. No reason to go crazy and really tighten her down. You don't need a wrench or anything like that. Then you have everything is in the off position. We're not plugged in. So we're going to take our cord. Okay. Just going to plug it in. Regular 120 wall outlet. Once we're plugged in, we're going to turn on the main power here on. Excuse me. If for some reason when you turn it on, if this red light here comes on, you've got low water, you can also press this. Sometimes if that low water light's on, maybe it turned itself off at some point, and you can press that and it'll reset the breaker and get you going again. So right now it is completely cold and we're just waiting for it to warm up. The front door here is where you're going to plug your wand in. And you can see the very unique plug. It's going to line up like that. I'm going to try and do this one-handed. And then that door clips into it. And that's going to hold it on there, so as you're moving, if you accidentally tug on it, it's not going to come off, okay? And then whenever we get it warm, we'll come back to it. All right, guys, it's been about 8 minutes, and I don't know if you can tell, but that light is green, so we're ready to go. Once that light's green, and 8 minutes this time, the last time I did it, it was like 16 to 20 minutes. So I think the manufacturer says it could take anywhere up to 30 minutes. But once you're ready to go, on button there. We've already got our hose plugged in. I went ahead and put a small brush on there to scrub with. You do have this plus minus, that's more or less steam. So if you feel like you're not getting enough steam out, you can adjust that more or less depending on what you actually need. So whenever you push this button, you get a little bit of spit there, steam, especially when it's first getting going, because it's got moisture in the line. So then we're gonna steam and just do a little scrubbing. We're not scrubbing hard, we're just breaking that surface tension. And you can come in and wipe it up and see that the paint has come off. And then again, we're not scrubbing hard, so our bristles are not deformed and mangled. We're just dragging it across, nothing crazy. Once you're done, once you've used all the water and you need to refill, of course, turn it back off. You can kill it here. You're gonna have to take your wand and push that trigger and allow it to, well, I guess you probably need to leave everything on for that. Push the trigger, and basically you're just gonna take all the vapor out of it. You've got a pressure gauge here that tells you once you've got the pressure all the way down to nothing, then you can take this off, pour more distilled water in there if you need it, or if you're done, you can take this off. When you're ready to take this off, there's this piece moves on the actual hose, and that just releases the catch, and your hose slides right off, and you're ready to bring it back to us. And if you have any questions about anything I did or didn't tell you in this video, make sure you give us a call at 18 Rentals, 806-373-8326. Thank you. Have a good one.